It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jaguars and the reigning AFC champs, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Lawrence's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Out to his left. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. On the run, it's Robinson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do it.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who simply tried to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Rolling to his left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They go play action now. Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry. His 14th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Miller. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. To throw again on second down. Lawrence completing it here to Marvin Jones.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and
shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 33 and a first. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until this. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now it's 2nd and 9. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Lawrence to Chenault for a Jaguar first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. He completes it to Jones. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Lawrence to Jones, 1st down, Jacksonville. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Touchdown! Anthony Miller. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
On the return is Duvernay.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Right there.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. To throw is Jackson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On third down, Jackson on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. He's got it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2. They'll try the left side. It's Robinson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
Touchdown! It's complete. Marquise Brown
with his third touchdown and 18th on the year.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw. And it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd down now. It's Robinson, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Again, it's Robinson.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Touchdown! That's caught. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 35 on second down, Lawrence. He's got the hook up to Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Lawrence going to throw again. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Here's second and a yard. Lawrence will throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens add on to their lead. And it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. The coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And that is incomplete here.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
We got this.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. He's going deep for Brown. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. James Robinson and the rest of the Jags offense set to go to work once more. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Lawrence. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Lawrence. Incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off down near the 5. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just... And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Here's Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw left side, going to be caught by Shenault. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, the return is Duvernay. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. They've got his man complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field. I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he slides to avoid the hit. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. They go play action with Jackson out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going